Because we know that the real power comes when you process what you went through, when you allow yourself to grieve, you allow yourself to feel the pain, the hurt that comes with your trauma. You show yourself compassion, but you also don't allow yourself to drown in self-pity. You buckle up. You take your pain as raw material, you refine it. A lot of people will never move past being stuck in their pain and trauma. Why? Because they are attached. They are addicted to the identity that their trauma and their victim mindset gives them. Some people just want to float in a label. Oh, I'm an empath. That's why this is weighing on me so heavily and why I can't move past it. Or, oh, it's because of my trauma that I'm like this. Or, oh, if people were just nicer or kinder to me, then I wouldn't be this way. And instead of facing themselves, they use spirituality or any coping mechanisms to bypass their own BS. When in reality, their BS is the very thing trying to show them who they are and why they are drowning in pain. See, when the same pattern keeps showing up, when you keep looping in pain, it is not life attacking you. It is an invitation for self-reflection. It is an invitation to sit with yourself with honesty and integrity to ask, what am I supposed to see here? How am I repeating this, or why am I repeating this? What role am I playing in this loop staying alive? How can I extract the lesson and refine it into wisdom? How can I close out this karmic or trauma loop for good? That is alchemy. Everything you go through, everything that happens to you is a call to activate. It is not punishment. It is not random. It is an invitation. But most people don't want that. No. Self-reflection, shadow work, honesty is very tough. Especially to people who can't face themselves and rather externalize their pain and their blame. These people, they avoid accountability like a plague. They don't see their pain as something you're supposed to feel, grieve, and alchemize into wisdom and expansion. They would rather sit in the story. They would rather sit in the identity of being broken, betrayed, abandoned. Why? Because it's comfortable. Because it gives them attention, it gives them sympathy, it validates them. Because without their trauma, without their story of being broken or betrayed or rejected or neglected, they don't know who they are. And they couldn't be bothered enough to find out who they will become after healing and transmitting and alchemizing their pain and trauma. And the validation that it brings to them isn't even in an empowering way, like, oh, what I went through forged me, it built my strength. No. It's more like, what I went through is why I'm broken. What I went through is why I can't change or become a better person or grow. These people love being victims, and people who love being victims will never progress spiritually. They stay on base level, circling the same patterns. Why? Because it's easier to complain than to transmute for them. It's easier for them to scroll TikTok readings, waiting for a channeler to tell them that their ex or their ops or the people who played a role in their trauma are getting calmer, than to actually sit with themselves and ask what your patterns or what their patterns are trying to awaken in them, and why they keep magnetizing people and situations that mirror or reenact their karmic patterns. That becomes addicting, and it becomes their trap. So yes, we know you've been through a lot. A lot of us who are walking this path, we also have. But we didn't let our story define us. We didn't continue clinging to our story. Because we know that the real power comes when you process what you went through. When you allow yourself to grieve. You allow yourself to feel the pain, the hurt that comes with your trauma. You show yourself compassion. But you also don't allow yourself to drown in self-pity. You buckle up. You take your pain as raw material, you refine it, and you forge yourself into a beacon of wisdom, vision, and you allow your soul to evolve, to grow, to transmute, to blossom into its full expression before the trauma, before the world tried to keep it in fragmentation. So ask yourself, am I looping because it comforts me? Am I addicted to the story, the validation, the sympathy? Or am I willing to use everything I've endured as fuel, as initiation, as activation into my divine path? Because most times, it is not the world in your way. It is not the past in your way. It is you. And the only thing holding you back is your attachment to your own story. So I'll say this to you. If you're already aware of your patterns, if you've done the work and you still can't alchemize your patterns, this is your invitation and your wake-up call. When you're ready, head over to the link in my bio, book a Cosmic Alchemy Blueprint reading if you want to decode one struggle and learn how you can alchemize it and actually integrate the alchemy. Or you could request a holistic strategy alignment if you're ready for a full tailored map of your alchemy journey. Because your soul didn't come here to just struggle. It came here to remember how to transform itself. Now the question is, are you going to keep wallowing in self-pity and pain? Or are you going to buckle up and do the work, do the healing, face yourself, take accountability, and allow yourself to clear out the debris so you can allow your current to flow? So you can blossom into who you came here to be. Because there's nobody holding you back. You're the one holding yourself back. Up to you. Ciao.